What's up everyone, Z-Dub here, and thank you for stopping by and checking out my review of Stray, released for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC on Steam. This is actually free as part of the new PS Plus paid tier, so if you got that package, there's no excuse but to try this game out. This is a very interesting brand new IP from developer Blue 12 Studio and published by Annapurna Interactive. This title is definitely something original and not something we often see in a platforming puzzle game. I was not expecting it to draw me in quite as much as it has, but this game is really something special, and more on that in a moment. Now, if this is your first time stopping by for one of my reviews, let me start by saying this. All of my game reviews are done from a critically honest perspective. I feel like you shouldn't have to force yourself or convince yourself to have fun with something. So if you're like me and you're looking for the best experiences out there, ones that are truly worthy of your time and money, you come to the right place. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do, so you don't miss out on any future videos, and hit that subscribe button and bell, and you'll be up to date with all my content. Now let's get into this. Stray. Can a game about a stray cat in a strange world be interesting enough to hold anyone's attention? Well, I'd have to say a resounding yes to that. At first glance, I would not expect this to hold my attention at all, but within the first 5 minutes I was totally drawn in and completely engaged. From the moment I fired it up, I could tell how much the developers really captured the essence of the cat's movement, and I was really pulled into the environment and the mystery that was being presented here. I'd say this game and environment really reminded me of Portal, and the gameplay, for some reason, it kind of made me reminisce of an old classic PlayStation game, Ico, which I thought was a masterpiece back in the day. I could tell this game was going to pack in the same emotional response that title did. As I started to dig in and see what this game had to offer, I really thought they did a fantastic job of presenting how this title was meant to be played. I immediately understood how the game functioned and what it wanted from me as a player. Now, the pacing of onboarding the player was excellent, from just giving slight control cues and introducing movements and gameplay one piece at a time. It really helped to draw me in element by element. One of the first controls it teaches you is the meow button, which surprisingly is incredibly fun. I honestly was spamming that button constantly and often do as I play. There's just something satisfying about it, and it's just plain fun. The meow button has other features that I'm not going to spoil here for you, and you can discover that on your own. Now, a huge thing I think they got right with this title was the wayfinding in the world. The actual environment, due to the non-dialogue in the game, it felt like a character in itself. You'll see as you move through the in-game, the environment communicates with you, and it's done really well. An annoyance I have in a lot of games is not being able to quickly see where you need to go next, if that's something you want to see. That helps a lot when you put a game down and come back to it after a few days. This game has such fantastic visual cues in the environment that it's a non-issue here, and I never got frustrated trying to figure anything out. I was always moving forward, and it just felt great. The difficulty level here, I would say, is casual, and it feels just right for what they designed here. This title is truly about the journey and solving challenging, interesting puzzles along the way. And I was pleased as I moved deeper into the game that the title had quite a bit more depth than I first thought. I was surprised when I discovered the cat had an inventory you could access, and several new tools will become available as the game progresses. The campaign weighs in at about 5 hours, which seems just about right for this, and it won't wear out its welcome in that time. I really tried to find something that I could be critical of in this title, but it was really hard. This game hits so many notes right, and it's truly an enjoyable and emotional experience. One thing, however, I think could have been cool would have been some form of multiplayer environment to go in with other players. Maybe in a DLC or future release, who knows. And on to graphics. The graphics displayed here is running at 4K on a 3080, and I experienced minor frame loss here and there in some cutscenes, but nothing to take away from the game. The cat moves and looks incredible all the way down to its fur. I would expect the PS5 version to be comparable to the footage I am showing here. Now, as far as lasting appeal, I think this game is a good journey. I'm not sure there's tons of replay here, as there's no difficulty curve, but there are memories that you need to seek out and collect, which may require you to have some extra time to find them all. So in closing, is this for you? Well, if this at all piques your interest and looks interesting at the least to you, I'd say yes. So for my fun or not recommendation, this is a solid recommend, as it will fill that fun gauge and give you some great enjoyment progressing through the story. It does a lot of things right in many aspects and has some really interesting puzzles to complete along the way. And to put it simply, it's just plain fun to control this cat, and I'm loving my time with it. Now, if you've played this and agree or disagree with me, or have anything to say about it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. If you at all found this video informative, help me out and hit that like button. So thanks for stopping by and watching. If you enjoyed this and you're interested in honest reviews focusing on whether a game is purely fun or not, or whether a game will wow you, subscribe so you don't miss out on any future gaming content. Well, I gotta get back to spamming this meow button, so I'll see you next time. This is Z-Dub out.